I was actually curious to know what sort of childhood you had. I mean, in the sense, did you live in the country or what? Or did you live in town? Or?
No, I lived in the country in Woodburn, Oregon. It's like, it's predominantly Orthodox Russians and Hispanics. So being white is more like being a minority. And it's kind of country, a little bit city, but we lived at the edge of the town. So it's like complete wilderness behind us and animals and stuff. So it's a little farm.
Yeah, so you liked that?
Yeah. And then you could drive into Portland, which is the bigger city, but it was a little town.
So what sort of music did they play in this little town?
God, just heavy metal, just regular, just middle of the road.
Not country?
And country too, but I didn't really listen to that. There was no punk rock or anything. The weirdest thing I ever got was the B-52s and the Plasmatics, because they sold it at the drugstore.
I remember the Plasmatics. Yeah, what was the name of her out of the Plasmatics?
Wendy O. Williams.
That's right, because she gave me a terrible slacking off in a magazine once, which I never understood.
Oh, no, she's really?
Yeah, I never understood why. I can't even remember what she said.
She probably just did it because it's part of her image, you know what I mean? Just like, I'm sure she didn't even know who you were.
I'm sure she had no idea at all.
Do you know what I mean? She's like, probably just like, this is my image, I'm really tough.
So what were the first bands that you saw then?
Rush.
Oh, actually, I did a gig.
Rush was my favorite band when I was little, 2112. I was like in 5th or 6th grade, and I saw 4 of their concerts.
What was the name of the guy with the really high voice?
Geddy Lee.
That's right. Because I saw them do a gig in Holland, a place called Pink Pop down near Maastricht, and it was one of the great moments in rock for me. Because I didn't like them much.
Rush was. I liked them, but I was really young, like 5th grade, and it was kind of a band that girls didn't like. Just guys liked them. You know what I mean? It wasn't because they're cute. They're pretty. I liked them because they had weird, spacey, like other land lyrics and lots of breaks. Really cool instrumentation.
Right. So what did you get into after Rush?
I know, that's kind of embarrassing to say.
Be embarrassing.
Probably Kiss and Cheap Trick. And then, like I said, the first weird bands I ever heard were, I called them the weird bands. Right. B-52s and the Plasmatics. And then later on, my favorite bands were like the Wipers and like the Miracle Workers, and then later on like Charles Mingus and Leonard Cohen and and like Captain Beefheart. See, there's
there's my man.
Yeah, there's all these like stages. There's the early stage, the middle stage, and then latter.
Yeah, he's not well at all, Beefheart.
That's what everyone tells me.
Yeah, but a great hero. If there's been such a thing as a genius in the whole history of popular music, he could well be it, I think.
Complete genius. I think Leonard Cohen's a real genius too. He's more it's more simplified, like as far as like playing and singing. Captain Beefheart, I don't know if he arranges all the songs that they do, but if he does, that's pretty talented.
Yeah,
you know?
the band used to complain about it because he used to drill them so much.
Really? So he is in control of that. That's interesting. Great stuff.
So what did you think about it this afternoon then?
Well, it was fun, except, I mean, we haven't practiced in a couple months, so it was a little sloppy. But it was good. It's kind of fun to not practice and then just go play because it's all instantaneous energy. It's like
how come you haven't practiced?
Because, I mean, we practiced a couple times because we live in different cities and we're getting kind of confused. It's kind of a long story.
Yeah. No new songs.
And no new songs. That's why we didn't do that thing.
Right, the session.
Yeah, I didn't want to sing.
Right, okay. Okay, well, it was jolly nice that you came anyway, and...
Have you been interviewing all day?
No, I don't. I interview. As you can tell, yes, actually, I do. As you can tell,
I always offer. See, whenever I come in here to get interviewed by John, I have to offer him a little booze.
It's not something that I'm happy doing.
You don't drink spirits. You told me.
This is right. Yeah.
Yeah, but I remember that from last time.
And I don't interview if I can help it either, because it's.
And you don't interview me neither.
Well, but you've been interviewed by me twice now.
I know, but I don't like to do interviews very long.
Okay, should we stop now then?
Yeah, or you can ask a couple more questions, and I'll be done. Take a sip of wine.
Okay, I'll take a sip of wine.
Is my face red yet? Sometimes I get really red.
No, it's not. It's been very windy out there.
It's nice and cool.
Pleasantly, it's a bit pink.
Your eyes look tired.
Yeah, I'm a tired man.
Your eyes.
And I've got a lot more to do too, and I've got to be back on this stage at noon tomorrow, introducing. Are you
going to come on Sunday? I'm going to come on Sunday.
Right, but it's a very American bill, isn't it? There's only one British. Not that I'm saying that we.
I didn't notice. I know I want to see Jesus Lizard, and I really love the Breeders. Right. I love them, so I want to see them. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you haven't got into all that, which a lot of bands that I've seen this year have been into. It's like equipment wars. You know what I mean? Like
I've never played through an effects pedal in my life, and I just bought my first one. It's called Hyper Metal, but it's just to get more distortion. I finally got a brand new amp at home. I have 2 Marshall stacks, but normally people have like 6.
Right.
Because we played with Alice in Chains, and they had some dummy amps, which I thought was completely ludicrous, but whatever. They're pretty metal. They're good, though. And it is Equipment Wars. It's like, it's like totally Spinal Tap.
Yeah, it
like
really
our
is.
Stacks into the horizon, you know. I think it's not the quantity, it's the quality. And it's not the speed you play, it's the soul that comes out. You know how people go, you know, ring, or whatever they do on their guitar really fast.
Well, they used to do a lot of that in sort of heavy metal days, you know, the 70s, where they just play like one note and, you know, stretch it out over a long time, and everybody go woo, and the audience would scream as though it was the cleverest thing they'd ever seen in all of their lives.
Yeah, I like it to be soulful and like maybe more slow. And if you learn how to play without effects and stuff, you have to learn how to make your guitar speak instead of the, you know,
So who are the great guitarists for you then?
I like Keith Richards and Jimi Hendrix. You know who I like a lot is the guitar player. I don't know what his name is in Gang of Four.
Oh right,
that was really cool, just really jaggedy.
Yeah. I
don't pay a lot of attention to guitar playing. I like Sonic Youth's guitar playing. I like my husband's guitar playing. He's probably the best guitar player I've ever seen.
Well,
seriously, I know I'm biased, but it's true.
Of course. So you would, yes, I'm sure you're absolutely right.
You know, I'd have to marry someone that was better than me. He's really good.
I married somebody who was better than me at almost everything. So.
Aww.
Guess which of us couldn't remember the name of the guitar player out of the Gang of Four? And why didn't you let me finish my Rush story? And why don't I shut up when people are talking in interviews? This is a new single from Pop Elite itself. At least this is what I was told and it was thrust into my hand.